Now to kick off the buffet Monday Funday edition, that's better than having hot chicks on the show. We have with us Houston Texans all-star tight end Owen Daniels joining us on the Sports Buffet. What's up, brother?
Wow, that's a heck of an introduction,
man. I'm gonna give it to you, man, because hey, I got you guys.
Appreciate that.
I got you guys in the Super Bowl, running into the Super Bowl. So, all right, I'm a Houston Texans fan, so I'm not hiding it anymore. But let's get it going, because I know you got a lot of things to do. Obviously, you're very busy. Talk about the expectations. Expectations have never been this high for the Texans. Never been this high. Now you guys are the sexy pick around. Leo's like, oh, I think the Texans are going to do it. Talk about being the sexy pick with the expectations so high.
Well, it's what you want. It's what we've been working for. It's what we're working toward, and it's been a long time coming, but we're happy to be in this position, obviously, and that we have the type of nucleus, have the type of players that in the squad that we think we can get something done. We think we can win a championship, and that's a legitimate goal for us. So I think we're a mature team. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves this year and try to win the Super Bowl week 1 or this next week against San Francisco. But we're mature. We're going to take it as a process and just work day to day.
We talk about positions. We're visiting with Owen Daniels, tight end for the Houston Texans. The 49ers come in. This is a preseason, and neither of you guys is going to show everything you got. You're trying to work out some guys, fill out the roster. But Vernon Davis, we got quite a few pass catchers. Randy Moss is over there now. Yeah. From a position standpoint, do you feel like you really want to show out against guys standing across the field that are pretty good too?
Well, it's a very good football team. They're a 13-3 football team last year, and that's the type of team you want to be playing in the preseason, just to see. Obviously not every team is pulling out all the stops and showing all the blitzes and running all our formations offensively. But you want to execute, you want to play well, and you want to play hard. So when you got those type of guys across the ball from you, it's a pretty darn good test. So it's going to be another good week for us, hopefully.
Owen Daniels, tight end for the Houston Texans, joining us on the Sports Buffet. Now, Owen, talk about Matt Schaub. Now, there are some people who are on the Matt Schaub bandwagon, some that are waffling on the Matt Schaub bandwagon. He still has not signed a contract extension yet. He says he's not worried about that. That's not the focus. Winning is the focus. Right. Talk about him coming into this season, expectations being high, and a little bit of pressure on his shoulders to basically prove that he's the man worthy of that contract extension.
Yeah, well, hey, Matt's our guy, man. He's been doing an excellent job for us for a really long time, man. I don't think there's anyone. No one in this league is more prepared, week to week than Matt is. He knows his game plan, knows his playbook like the back of his hand, and being in this system, I think, is going on 6 years for him. He's like another coach out there. He's calm in the huddle. Things get crazy out there, and you just look to Matt and keeps everything cool and calm. You don't have to get it too crazy and too nervous when you look at him in the huddle. So, everything's under control when he's at the helms. And obviously TJ stepped in and did a good job last year for us, but Matt's our guy. If we want to go where we want to go, we got to keep him healthy and keep him playing well.
Oh, and how has this locker room changed in the years you've been here now? Obviously now you're one of the leaders. I mean, you're probably the most underappreciated tight end in the NFL in terms of productivity versus notoriety, publicity, all that stuff. That'll probably change this year if you guys get to where you want to go. But how has the locker room changed, just from a taking care of business standpoint?
Man, literally, it's changed. It's like been a 180. There's 3 guys here from 2006. It's
wow.
Me, Kevin, and Andre. We had that good class in 06 where it was Mario, it was D'Amico, it was Eric, it was myself, it was David Anderson, and most of those guys are gone now. I'm playing on their team. Most of those guys got us, helped get us to the point we're at right now. But through those years, we built through the draft. I think we got great leadership. We've got a veteran team, but not an old team. We got a lot of young playmakers. I think we got a lot of good depth, and everyone's focused on the team. They're not not on themselves. Everyone's second to the team in here, and everyone's checking themselves and checking each other and make sure everyone's staying like that.
You guys have one of the most prolific offenses in the NFL, really for a while now, at least for the last 5 years. This year, everything seems to be rounding into form. Maybe one of the only question marks may be the 3rd or 4th wide receiver spot. A lot of young guys looking to step up. How do the young wideouts look out there?
Man, they're getting a lot of reps, man. They're getting better. I think that it's great for them. Obviously, Dre's been battling through some things, but that's Andre, and he doesn't need a lot of reps. He's been doing this for a long time. You can expect him to be there for you any week of the season, no matter what. He'll be prepared and Kevin, same way. He's been doing this for a long time, just as long as Dre's been doing it.
Yeah, that's my boy. I was drafted. I came into class with Kevin. We were with the Giants together. We started out. Yeah, no, I got a history with Kev, man. You tell him I said what's up.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, man, absolutely, man. Kev's an underappreciated guy as well, but Keyshawn Posey, Lastar, Jeff Mayo, those guys are getting a ton of opportunities to make plays, and they're going to continue to get it there during this camp. So it's up for grabs, man. I think they got a ton of talent. They're still learning, which can slow you down a little bit, but the faster they learn, the faster they can play out there. Those guys, they've gotten a ton better from OTAs and training camp. They'll continue to get better.
Wrapping up with Owen Daniels here, tight end for the Texans here on the Sports Buffet, AM 1300 The Zone. The playoff loss, the unfortunate loss last year. We filled a movie theater in Austin. People were so geeked about that game, wanted to see it. It's easy to dwell on the negative and just say, hey, if we'd have had this, if we'd have that, if we'd have had all of our starters, etc. But once you get over the disappointment, was it actually more encouraging when you realized that it could have been a play here, it could have been a play there, even without starters, and you guys would have gone to the next level?
Yeah, it hurts. Any way you look at it, it hurts, and you want to get that victory on the road. I guess the way you gotta look at it is got the tough environment. We had a lot of guys that was our next man up mentality thing, and a lot of young guys playing, and we're really a play away from winning that football game. So I guess you can take that away from the game and take that as a positive, and bring that into the next season that we were that close with all the stuff that we had to deal with. We dealt with a bunch last year, guys getting nicked up and injured, and fighting through and finding a way to win the division and win a playoff game and darn near getting the AFC Championship. So you never know what's going to happen season to season. There's always injuries. There's always guys that got to step up and play, but we took a lot out of that game, a lot of positives out of it.
After I watched that playoff game, that's when I made my bold prediction you guys would go to the Super Bowl. That's when the prediction was made. And I'll admit, you and the Pats, man. I think it's come down to you and the Pats. Y'all want to beat the Pats to get to the Super Bowl. I know you're cool with that.
Cool with that.
You're cool with that. All right. Thanks, son. We appreciate the time.
Definitely appreciate it. You can check the Texans out. 6:30 pregame, 7 o'clock kick Saturday against the 49ers. We'll take a break and come right back and set up the show here on the Buffet. Sports Talk AM 1300 The Zone.